Aloha, shalom everybody. We are here for the final quarter activation. So I have set up my cards. I'm ready to start shuffling as you guys tune in. For those of you who are new to the activations, these activations don't actually have anything to do with the moon, other than the fact that we use it as a measurement of time to meet 4 times every month. The moon is always reflecting to us what's going on inside of us and all around us. The moon is just one reflection, but really everything in nature, which means also everything inside of us, is pointing to the same thing. It's all a reflection of the same one. So, with that said, the final quarter activation is all about the final quarter of a monthly cycle that we're going through as a collective consciousness and as individuals. So the final quarter activation is always the last leg of the cycle. Last week was the full moon activation. The full moon is like the illumination of the whole picture. We are seeing clearly what has been going on here all month, right? And then now the final quarter is about closing that up, integrating everything that we've seen, heard, experienced, learned, so that we can then prepare for next week's new moon. So the final quarter is always really exciting to me because it's that in-between stage where we're closing up one cycle and getting ready for another one. And I don't know about y'all, but I really feel that today. We're also at the time of Simchat Torah. It's a Jewish high holy day, and it's also wrapping up a 4-holiday sequence. And it's all about closure, endings, new beginnings. It's when the people end the Torah and begin it again immediately with the story of Genesis, the creation story. So, wow, potent time we're in for endings and beginnings, right? And really each moment is a new beginning and another ending. Each moment is an eternity. So for this final quarter activation, we're going to find out how to best close up this past cycle and start fresh for next week. As I'm shuffling the cards, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. You know, that's my favorite part. I love to see where in the world you all are. And of course, I'm in the lovely Sedona, Arizona, live from the Red Rocks, and it's been raining nonstop here in the desert, so it's extra blessed. The land is being nurtured, nourished, and I feel really good on rainy days. I love gray rainy days. Where in the world are you? Pennsylvania, Colorado, Canada. We got in Arizona, Florida. And as I'm shuffling these cards, Arizona, LA, Portland, as I'm shuffling, I just want to remind you what these cards are. These cards, these characters, these faces, these symbols, they're all representing aspects of your own mind and our collective consciousness. So they're just angles of your mind. They're angles of perspective that are within you. We have India, Australia, we have Maine, Arizona, Holland, a neighbor in Sedona. Awesome, you guys. It's so good to see you all uniting here. St. Louis, Kentucky, Maryland. And note how we're all in different time zones too. Super awesome to unite in this moment here now, wherever we are in the world. The islands of Cabo Verde, Scotland, Miami Beach, Washington. Yeah, right on, Ohio. What's up? Now we're talking. Now we're spreading the light across the world. Connecting, uniting. Okay, we're shuffled here. And same thing with the Hebrew letters. This is my custom Hebrew letter deck that you guys may or may not have seen yet. Same thing with these Hebrew letters. They represent different angles of the mind. That's all. Nebraska, Canada, Indiana, Philippines. Very cool. So I'm just shuffling it all up. So as I'm shuffling, it's like I'm feeling all of the different energies of the deck, which means I'm touching or communicating with all of the different aspects of not just my mind, but our collective mind, right? And so we're doing this together right now. I just want to bring awareness to that. When we shuffle, it's like we're getting in touch with all the different parts of self. We're shuffling them up. We are harmonizing them. We are creating a space for them to work in harmony and in synergy to bring us the message we intentionally have gathered here in this moment to receive as one. I'm just imagining that we're all sitting in one space, in one big circle, touching, connected. Maybe we're holding hands. Maybe you want to see it like we are side to side, shoulder to shoulder. However you want to do it, go ahead and connect with everybody who's here right now in this moment live, and everybody who's going to enter this portal later when the recorded video goes on YouTube, Instagram, when it's just out there in the interwebs. And I want to invite you in this moment to share this live video with your friends, your family, who you think would benefit from this portal or who could help activate it further. Maybe you have a favorite group that you want to share this video in right now so that people can jump in live. Or you may want to wait till the end and share the recording. So let's get to it. Thank you in advance, Archetypes, Faces of the One, for bringing us this message. We are intentionally gathering to receive this message, to do with it the highest good for all of creation. And starting with, as usual, the challenge of the week. There's always a particular challenge that we're facing that is coming through everything we are facing in life. So what is that challenge this week at the time of this final quarter moon? The one that is just now being manifested in our experience. And why? What's it for? And then I'm going to pick up the Hebrew deck and we'll choose an ally of the week, as we usually do. Time to get serious. Just kidding. Okay. Beginning with the challenge of the week. 7 of Cups. Cups is the suit of water, the heart, emotions, feelings. Look at the image. That's you as an individual, and it's also us as a collective. And it's the aspect of us that is in reflection, in meditation, meditating upon, reflecting upon all of the different feelings that we're feeling right now. Okay, we might be a little confused. We might not have the answers as to what to do with everything that we're feeling right now. And that's okay. More will be revealed. Look at the moon. It will remind you where we're at inside with our process. We're at the final quarter. We're wrapping up a cycle, but we're about to begin a new one next week, and more information will be revealed, as always, in perfect timing. So we're examining the different feelings that we feel, and we're looking into each of those feelings and asking, why am I feeling this? What is this feeling trying to show me? What am I going to do with this feeling? And you don't have to decide yet. It's about meditating on it. Just checking in and just asking, what can I do with this feeling? Is this feeling serving me? And is it serving the small me or the larger me, of which we are all one? We are all part. How does this feeling either serve me or not serve me? How does it serve us, the greater me? Or how does it not serve us? Our feelings are so powerful. Our feelings are our electricity, our magnetism that attract our reality. Sure, we have our thoughts, but the feelings are what charge those thoughts. Our feelings reflect our desires, which reflect the lessons that we came here to learn in this life. Don't deny your feelings. Don't deny your desires. Don't deny your will. A book is coming in, and this often happens when I'm in this space, so I'm going to share it with you guys. If you're interested, write it down. There's an amazing book on this topic called Right Use of Will. Right Use of Will. Message me if you want to know more about this book, or you're welcome to just do a Google search, Right Use of Will. Do not deny what you feel, because denying it's not going to do anything. You can't hide what you feel. Your feelings are trying to tell you something. So you need to look, you need to listen, you need to tune in. And rather than judge your feelings, because judging them is not going to penetrate through to the truth. Judging them is going to cause there to be a wall where you won't be able to go to the center of what those feelings are trying to show you. So do your best to meditate on what you're feeling from a place of compassion towards self. Toward self, of which we are all a part. So the more you judge and the more you keep yourself in a place of victim consciousness when you're meditating on your feelings, the more you're going to be stuck there. The goal is to move through the feelings, to gain something from this reflective process of witnessing, observing those feelings. There's got to be a point, a purpose, as always, to everything we think, say, and do. So right now, the doing that we're doing is meditating on what we're feeling. And the purpose is to listen to what those feelings are telling us so that we can do something about it. So this is the challenge, really looking at our feelings and asking what they're telling us. Are they telling us, is there a feeling that I'm experiencing that is telling me that I have a certain trauma that I need to heal? Or am I feeling something that is trying to guide me away from an experience that is not for my highest good? Am I feeling something that is showing me more of who I am, what I like, what I desire, why I am here? And let's pick up the next card, because it's going to be another piece to this puzzle. Why are we going through this reflective process right now? There's the major arcanum. Always comes up. Even though our readings are just 2 or 3 cards, there's always power, because we're united. And I don't know if you'll remember, but this came up a few activations ago during the High Holy Day season. And it was about remembering who we are, and when we get in touch with that truth, coming back to this meditative process and asking, now that we really know who we are and remember who we are, we can differentiate the feelings that are not serving us from the feelings that are serving us. I don't know if you guys remember that. So here we are coming back around to this card at the end of the cycle. Pretty interesting. Okay, so perhaps it's connected. Of course it's connected. We did that work to eliminate those feelings that were not serving us, that were just weighing us down. And now we've come to this point at the end of this lunar cycle where we're going, okay, what feelings are left there? Because those feelings that are left are the ones that are meant to still be here, the ones that didn't fall away these past few weeks as we've done the work. They're the ones that stuck around. So what does that say? That says that these feelings that we're still carrying, these heavy emotions, powerful feelings we're still carrying, really wanted to stay because they're talking to us. They still have something to show us. And the reason that we're doing it is this, the magician. The magician is all about reclaiming our power. We're just talking about the book, Right Use of Will, and not denying our will. Key word, the number 1 keyword, 1, for the magician is will. Willpower. And the magician is the one who understands that his will should be aligned with the will of the divine, that his purpose should be one with the divine purpose. He does what he does. He does this work so that he can empower himself to be on his mission. Also, check it out on the table. He has his tools, each symbol representing the elements, the different elemental suits. And those are the elements that we're made of. And those elements that we're made of are also our tools that we create alchemy with, that we perform alchemy with. So we're going through this reflective process, really examining our emotions so that we can decide, as the magician that we are, what we're going to do with those feelings once and for all. The power's in our hands. We remember to align our mission with the divine mission, which is always bringing heaven to earth. That's why it is one hand up, one hand down. So when we remember our purpose and then revisit these strong feelings that never left, that are still lingering, we go, okay, this is the inner magician going, okay, I see that I'm meant to do something with these feelings. They are my power. They're here to get me back on track with my mission. Don't deny what you're feeling, but really look at it, because it's going to tell you something that you need to hear, that you need to know, to further empower you to be the best magician that you can be. To live with purpose, with clarity, with strength of will. The heavy feelings that you're feeling right now, especially the ones that are the most uncomfortable, are trying to tell you a secret. They're trying to give you a tip that's going to help you to reach that next level of mastery in your magician archetype, which means getting closer in touch with your purpose, who you really are and why you're here. And who is the ally? The Hebrew card, the Hebrew ally, as we move through this challenging time this week. The Shin. And I just see so clearly how this is connected. So the Shin has to do with fire. And look at it. It literally looks like fire. It's about that flame within, that fire within, that passion that is your spirit, that is connected to your will. It's the motivation, the inspiration that lives within not only you, but within all things. Fire is the animating force of all creation. Fire is the element that is a manifestation, a physical manifestation and reflection of divine spirit, spirit itself, light. Fire is that form of light. So if this is our ally, it's saying, remember your purpose, be inspired. Are you going to let the fires of the current challenges in your life burn you and consume you? Or are you going to let them transform you and purify you? How are you defining the element of fire? How are you defining all the elements for that matter? But really, priority focus here is clearly fire. How are you defining fire? How are you remembering that you're one with this element, that this element is within all things? Can you detect where there is that fire, even symbolically, inside of you right now or in your environment? That means feeling into where is their passion, where is their excitement, where is their inspiration, where is their pain, where is their suffering? Because these are the two ends of the spectrum of the element of fire. So how can you, without overanalyzing and getting too crazy in your head about it, how can you just go, okay, where is that fire in my life right now? And if you don't feel like there's any fire, good or bad, in your life right now, where do you think that fire should be? Where can you light the flame? And for the highest good. And the Shin is also about this. 3, the number 3. It's about completion. Doing things all the way through. Manifesting your goal all the way through, from start to finish. Okay, and that makes a lot of sense with this one, as this one came up earlier in this cycle, and now here we are again at the end of this cycle with it. And we're following all the way through. We did the work to eliminate those feelings that were just absolute bullshit. taking up space, weighing us down. And the feelings that have stayed with us are now ready to be further examined, right? Because when we had all the feelings, the illusions and the bullshit, the feelings that were not serving us at all, and the ones that were meaningful, we first had to use our awareness to refine that, to go through that, to purify, to cleanse. And now that we did that, and we've taken that power back that we were leaking toward these unnecessary thoughts and heavy emotions that were going nowhere, now that we took that power and energy back, we can use it to focus on those feelings that have been true from the start. And we can ask with fullest presence now, with more power since we've taken it back, now, what do I do with these feelings that I know are here for a reason? I got rid of the BS, the extraneous stuff going on in there. Now that I've purified it, got rid of the dross, right? The alchemical term would be the dross. I've purified. I have only now what is real and what is really trying to show me something. Those meaningful feelings. Now we have the power to focus just on those and to ask, what are we going to do with it? How are we going to use those feelings to manifest what we came here to manifest? The Shin is also connected to card 21 in the tarot, the world, aka the universe. And that card is all about completion, coming to this level of, wow, I manifested what I set out to manifest. So now, looking at that correlation to the world card with the Shin, it's like saying, how can I now look at these feelings I'm carrying and use them toward the completion of my mission? And when I remember my mission, it becomes clear when revisiting these feelings and emotions how they are going to serve that mission. Because trust me, if you're still carrying those heavy feelings and they didn't fall away and you haven't made peace with them yet, they are there. They are here now to tell you something important that, of course, regards your mission. So these three cards together are saying whatever is still left that you're feeling that you haven't been able to shake yet, they are the keys. Those feelings are your power. They are your keys, your final keys to complete this part of the mission that you are on. Eternally, really. But where we are at this part in the process, you now have the passion and inspiration, the fire that you need to take the feelings that are still there and fuel them toward completing your purpose. This part of it, anyhow. How can you use what you're feeling right now to serve your mission, your highest mission? Your highest mission. Okay, I'm going to pull another card. This is something that we're ready to leave behind with this past cycle. Something that's taking up a little bit of our energy that maybe some of us haven't been able to see, and maybe some of us are going to go, oh yeah, I recognize that. Flip it over. Two of Wands. And you can see he's got the world in his hands. Wands is fire, it's spirit. This is a portal of opportunity. He has the world in his hands. 3 is about taking action. 2 is about the opportunities first, looking at the opportunities. We've been so focused on what more can I do? Where else can I grow? What opportunities can I take on? What new projects can I take on? But the thing is, we're not ready to take on those opportunities yet. Chill out. There are some things that need to be closed up before we can step into new opportunities. So if your mind has been racing, going, what to do next? What else can I do? What other projects can I take on? Slow it down. Remember to look at the moon, final quarter. This is not the best time to start new projects. Maybe really soon, but not right now. Chill out. Take a moment. First, the work that needs to be done is inside. We're not quite yet done. We got another week here. We're not quite yet done with this process. We still are holding on to certain feelings that need to be dealt with and need to be shined a light upon. That's where the work is at right now. I'm not taking on more projects. First, dealing with those emotions that we've finally brought to the surface to be looked at, to be dealt with, to be transformed into fuel for our mission. And trust, once you finally do this work that we just talked about, once you finally look fully with your fullest power at those emotions that are still there for a reason, and you figure out what to do with them, where to put them, how to direct them for the highest good, which is all of our mission, then you will have the clarity and the peace and the power to be able to examine new opportunities again and ask, what more can I do? And also remember, when we're like seeking new projects, remember that when we're seeking new opportunities, what our soul is only ever seeking is opportunities for growth. And we always have plenty of that on our plate. There will always be new opportunities to grow. We don't need to force it. We don't need to overanalyze. Oh, where do I need to grow? How much better can I be? How can I do more, do more, do more? There are always opportunities to grow each moment. Each moment we make choices. Every single moment. So don't try so hard. The opportunities will always be there to grow. You're doing it right now with every response that you make. However you respond to your reality each moment is reflecting how you are either taking or not taking opportunities to grow. So you don't need to force that. You don't need to micromanage the creator's job. Okay, so the work is within right now. First, we got to deal with whatever those feelings are and learn how to transform them to work for the highest good. Then when we do that, once we do that this next week, and it's this week because these opportunities are always present, but we're talking about this right now because this week we are more supported than ever to do this process, to go through this process. So think about it. I invite you to imagine. And first, get comfortable. Really create that space of receptivity so that you can make the most of this exercise. I invite you to imagine what it would feel like, what it would look like, what your experience in life would be like once you finally learn what to do with this big feeling you've been carrying, with these emotions you've been carrying. You will feel a whole new level of emotional mastery. You will feel empowered that you were able to walk yourself through this process. And look without fear at what these feelings are that you may have been carrying for a long time. And you will be proud of yourself that you looked at it, that you rose above it, and that you were able to make a decision as to what to do with that feeling in the name of the highest good. That you were able to get unstuck from being weighed down and entangled by this feeling. You were able to take it in your hand and make something of it, make it work for you, rather than getting lost in it. I'll tell you how you're going to feel. You're going to feel amazing. Can you feel it? Can you imagine it? Because I can. You will feel amazing once you get through this. And then, once you reach that point of empowerment, then you can go back to this and you can go back to taking on more opportunities and more projects from that place, from that space of empowerment. Because then you'll have your fullest presence to take your best step forward into whatever the next project is. But for now, really look at that. What feelings am I carrying and how can I use them? How can I not become lost in them, but rise above it, take hold of it, look at it and go, I know what to do with this, and then do it. yeah, I'm going to sit with this one for a bit, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to sit with you guys every week. We've been doing this for years now. I'm really grateful for this opportunity for us to gather and receive a weekly message. I would love to hear your insights, what you got from this, how it relates to your personal experience, maybe another angle that you see how it relates to the collective. And please share in our private group, The Royal Path. It's where we gather in between activations and share just about our personal lives and how it relates to the archetypes. We talk about our personal lives and then connect it to the collective life. So if you want to be a part of our community, go ahead and join our private group, The Royal Path. We also have a private group called Shabbat Crew, Shabbat Crew, Crew. And in that one, every week I give my personal interpretation from a Kabbalistic perspective of the current Torah story. And it applies to everyone. Doesn't matter what your background is, the color of your skin, your sex. Doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. Whoever you are, if you want to learn more about Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah, then go ahead and join Shabbat Crew. I also go live every Friday night to sing the ancient melody of the Shabbat candlelighting prayer. So we light the candles together, and that's been really, really magical. A lot of people are actually learning the prayer for themselves and joining in or sharing the prayer with us, and it's magical because Hebrew is a sacred language. It is a code. So if you want to know more, go ahead and join our private group, Shabbat Crew. And it's only Monday, so I'll be seeing you guys at the end of the week in our private groups. And if you don't already follow me, I am on Instagram, Rebecca Magic, and YouTube, youtube.com/Rebecca Magic. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me, buying my book, giving me feedback, reviewing my books. For those of you who don't know, I do have a Major Arcanum Tarot course available online. It's all fully recorded, super easy. All the classes are stored in a private file on Google Drive, so all it takes is your email and payment. So if you want information, just go ahead and private message me. There is a class for each of the Major Arcanum cards, and each class is about an hour to an hour and a half long. It goes deep into the occult symbolism of the cards, which is not included in my books, Royal Path 1 and 2. If you're interested in learning how to read tarot in this way, from an archetypal and Kabbalistic perspective, whether you're a beginner or you've been doing this forever, I invite you to check out my book. Because in there I share all my secrets and I share my unique perspective on the tarot and from personal experience, insights that I've gained, as well as, elemental manipulation, certain things that have been changed in modern tarot that skew the perspective and limit one from receiving the fullest initiation that the cards have to offer. So if you want to learn more, just go ahead and private message me. Reach out anytime, ask me anything. Can't promise I'll answer just anything, but you can sure ask. I love you guys. Shalom. I'll see you at the end of the week. Mwah.